Okay, so we got you guys with a NASCAR topic to start off the week. We don't really talk about NASCAR that much on this channel, but when it involves Denny Hamlin, who's one of the more popular faces in the franchise right now, gotta talk about it. So what happened with Denny Hamlin, who's by the way my favorite racer? He signed an extension with Joe Gibbs Racing, and his longtime sponsor FedEx did as well. It didn't say exactly how long the contract was. It just doesn't say anything about it. They just know that he signed an extension with them. As for what he said about it, he said this. He had this to say about it. I'm so fortunate to have the support of FedEx behind me throughout my career. I take a tremendous amount of pride in having the opportunity to represent them not only on the racetrack but also in the community through the countless programs that have supported me for the better part of the past 2 decades. Um, as for his 2020 season, uh, uh, he um he earned 44 career victories, 179 top five finishes, 280 top tens, and 542 career starts. And he's won the last two Daytona 500s in a row, which is great. And he's attending that as well. So hopefully he wins that number three. I'm hoping he does. Um, and that's really about it. And this was reported by just the NASCAR staff report. So Mario, I'll start with this one, given that this is my driver. First of all, congratulations to him and congratulations to FedEx. That's his longtime sponsor, basically sponsoring him his entire career. Um, what I find funny about this is that not only is he driving for Joe Gibbs Racing, but he owns the new team that him and Michael Jordan teamed up to create back in September and October called 2311 Racing. Now, this is funny. Me and Mario were just talking about this behind the scenes. He's racing against them, but he owns them. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I really don't. So, I mean, he's racing for one. He's racing for one team. He owns the other team, and he's going to be facing that team. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know how that works. It's really interesting. Um, but yeah, man. I mean, aside from that, Denny Hamlin's one of the better racers in NASCAR right now. I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be one of the better ones that have ever put in their time to drive a race car on the track. And I'm very happy for him. I'm happy that he signed an extension with Joe Gibbs Racing. I'm just really curious to see how him facing the team he created and owns is going to work out. I think that's really interesting. I'm still trying to get a grip on that and see how that even works. But with that said, I'll give it to you, Mario.
Yeah, well, first off, congratulations to Denny Hamlin signing a multi-year contract with Joe Gibbs. See, I mean, I'm a Kyle Busch fan, but hey, look, Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin both race for Joe Gibbs, so way to keep the company alive. Joe Gibbs our guy, and Joe Gibbs, former NFL head coach, won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks. I mean, so yeah, I mean, it is a really big re-signing for Denny Hamlin and for Joe Gibbs Racing. Again, I don't know. He's either gotta be. This is like the weirdest business thing I think I've ever seen. Let me just make a team. Let me just create a company and then race against them. I don't understand it. The only racer right now that is part of Joe Gibbs, that is part of not Joe Gibbs. 2311 Racing is Bubba Wallace. That's it. See, like, don't get me wrong though. Bubba Wallace is a good racer, but like, he's not that top tier guy. I don't think yet. So like, obviously, like Bubba Wallace, great. He's turned into an activist for he's turned into a big activist for a lot of black people everywhere. He's the only African American or black racer in the NASCAR, so that's a great thing. But as for like as for like the top tier racers, there isn't one for them yet. So I think so I don't know how he's gonna like end up. I don't know how this is gonna work. It looks like Michael Jordan. All the negotiations gonna have to go through Michael Jordan, because I mean, it's kind of hard to see Denny Hamlin kind of promoting people to join 2311 when he races for Joe Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of hard to see. I know it's your company and everything, but you race for a different company. It doesn't make any sense.
You're just signing a contract with them.
Right. Now, here's my question. Now, here's the question I have, though. Since now, this is a serious question I have for the reason why I signed with Joe Gibbs. Is there something that he knows that we don't? Can this last? That's the question. Can this 23-11 last? That's the question I have now. You know what I'm saying? That's the question I have now. Is this thing gonna last? Because it wouldn't make any sense to me. Like for you to sign with a competitor when you own that. You know what I'm saying? That's like me owning. That's like if I were to own the Chicago Bulls and I go play for the Los Angeles Lakers. Doesn't make any sense. So like, is this a sign that 23-11 might be out of NASCAR sooner than we think? I'm not sure. I hope not. You know what I'm saying? I wish Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin all the best of luck in that business endeavor that they're encountering, especially with Bubba Wallace, because if they end up leaving and Bubba Wallace got to sign with a different company, which if that were the case, Bubba Wallace would people would sign Bubba Wallace. I think Bubba Wallace would get signed. I don't think he'd just be a free agent. But as for NASCAR, I mean, that's the question I have. But I mean, regardless, we're talking about Denny Hamlin's extension for 2020 wins. He had 7 2020 wins. He had 18 top fives this year. He had 21 top tens. He led 1,083 laps. And I mean, obviously, he's ranked 4th right now. And obviously, the season's still to be going on. So, I mean, with that being said, congratulations to Denny Hamlin on his new extension. Congratulations to him on a great 2020, and best of luck to him.